Hi guys, and welcome to episode 12 of my Football Manager 2017 playthrough with Manchester United. Now, quickly we'll go into the games that we've played off camera since you were last here. There's just the two of them. We beat Burnley 1-0. It was squeaky bum time, to be fair. Not a very impressive game at all. They got a guy sent off in 48 minutes, but we took the lead through Marcus Rashford in 4. Fairly okay performance. Nothing overly special. A few bookings picked up, and Burnley had a few chances that De Gea saved very well. So overall, a bit of a let off there, but we'll take it. And then we went on to Southampton at home, and we smashed them. I mean, literally, this was the day that Callum Gribben came of age. Now, you got a 9 rating there, and the reason for that is 4 of the goals were actually from corner kicks that he took. He never got the assist for them because some of them were mostly balls played in, header down, and someone smacked it in. But 5-1, very happy. Rashford with 2, Mata with 2, coming back into the team. He wanted a game, so I gave him a game. And well, 9.3 rating. You don't get a lot better than that. Smalling added the icing on the cake, and in the second half, James Ward-Prowse pulled one back for Southampton. So yeah, basically where that leaves us in the league is top of the league by 3 points going into today's game, obviously in the FA Cup. So we can be very happy with that kind of performance. Bit of transfer news to talk about first before we go into it. We'll go into the transfers and we'll look at it. So you'll notice here that we've signed, obviously, Adriz. I don't know if I've probably mentioned him before, that we're signing him as a basically just someone similar to the Drogba transfer, the Ronaldinho transfer, etc., to try and train up the youngsters. Obviously he's ageing striker. He's still good, don't get me wrong, he's still very good. But I just think that what he gives us is, a quality player to train up the youngsters for a couple of years before possibly becoming a coach at the club. So we signed him, and we also, similar vein, signed Daniele De Rossi from Roma. Now this guy I've had so much respect for over the years, and I just think he's a class act. He's getting on now, he's 33, and he's coming to the end of his career. He's still described as a world-class midfielder though. He's a leader as well, which also helps for our team. And I think he'll be absolutely fantastic for us for the next few years. Not just in terms of training and coaching, mentoring, that sort of thing, but also, as a rotational player in the side. I think he's got good potential. Now, got a few things to talk about with regards transfers out. Marcus Rojo has joined Guangzhou Evergrande in China for a fee of £12.5 million. Now, Marcus Rojo didn't play many games at all for us this season. In fact, won the league, won the cup. That's the sole amount that he played. So to get £12.5 million from, more than happy with that. And I mean, you look at it, technically we've got a net spend of minus £5.5 million, which is great, because you see a lot of people going on these big team saves and they'll spend a load of money, I don't want to do that, not straight away anyway. I wanted to try and build up from what we've got, use what we've got, add in a couple of players who would help the youngsters that we've got through the club, and see where we get to with that. So we're doing fairly okay. Now, other news is that we've had some bids for players. Now, let's see, out. So we've got bids in for Daley Blind, 28 million, all been accepted. Again, he's another one who hasn't played much this season. 1 game in the league, and that's it. So more than happy to see him go and get 28 million in for him. We've had bidding for Matteo Darmian, which we've negotiated, which is quite good actually. To be fair, Atletico Madrid came in with a 13 million initial fee. We've negotiated it up so that we get 3 million over 12 months, 4.5 million after 10 league appearances, and 2.5 million after one international. It's a good deal for us, I think. I mean, it also helps because now we can, our youngsters can come in, replace these guys. They've had half a year of training. Hopefully, they'll be, we've got a couple of guys, Leo Connor and George Tanner, who can come in, fill that void from Darmian, and hopefully we can see what happens there. I think Timothy Fosu-Mensah can also play right back as well. So there's plenty of possibilities there. We could always go out and sign the right back, fair enough. But so we had a bid in for Fellaini from Rennes on loan, so he's discussing the contract just now. Jesse Lingard on loan to Villarreal, he's discussing that contract. We had an interesting one in for Henrik Mkhitaryan from Tottenham. Now, I negotiated this up because I wasn't happy with their initial offer, and they came back with 19.75 million up front, 8.5 million over 12 months, 2.5 million over 10 league appearances, and another 100 grand per league appearance for 10 games, and 3.5 million after one international. And I looked at it and I thought, how many games has Mkhitaryan played this year? Yeah, there you go. One in the EFL Cup. Excuse me. One sub appearance in the Europa League and 3 sub appearances in the Premier League. And at 27 years old, he's not going to get much better. So I thought, take the money and run, and we'll see. I mean, all these bids might, in turn lead to us signing one good player. You never know. I've not decided on that yet. I've not made any bids for anyone's extra special. Joe Pereira, possibly going out to Wigan on loan, which would be nice. And Antonio Valencia, another one who has struggled to get a game this season. He's played one game as well. And at 31 years old, I thought, we'll just take whatever we can get from. So 3.6 million. We've had 3 offers from China, 3.6 million. So we'll take that. And to let you guys see what we're doing roughly in the bids, in terms of the bids thing, you'll know that obviously Antalya Timashuk is joining the club. Once he gets his work permit. Again, that's exactly the same thing as the other guys that we've signed so far. It's all about getting these guys in, tutoring the youngsters, and also the fact that because they're at that certain age, we could get them as coaches in the future and really build up that boot room style. A bid for Zé Gomez. This guy's a Benfica youngster who came to my attention through the scouts, and he looks pretty good for 17. But I'm not sure whether to buy him or just to not bother, because I mean he looks like he would be a really good asset to the club. I put in a speculative bid of 350 grand just on his value. They refused it, so in fact, so I don't know. I don't think he'll be joining, but it was just really a sort of speculative sort of bid, and the only other one was Physio, I think. Yeah, Physio. So that's all we're going with. Xabi Alonso, I made the bid, 2.5 million plus 5 million after 10 league goals, because he won't score 10 league goals for us. Again, it's a similar type of thing. Just trying to sign these guys for mainly for the training value of it. But that's basically where we are in terms of transfers. We haven't done a great deal, but the transfers that we've made, I'm fairly happy with. I'm fairly content that we have done good business. And obviously there are players in there that like Wayne Rooney, stuff like that are a bit meh, not really sure what's going on with them. But overall, I think we've got a good, we've got a big squad. So trimming the herd a wee bit, would probably do a wee bit of good. So those are the transfers. What we're going to do is we're going to get into the game now. It's Aston Villa in the FA Cup. Now, the FA Cup is one that I want to win. However, it's also one that I want to test out some of our youngsters in, because you might as well test them out while while you're playing these games. So, what I'm looking at is, who do we try? Because this is the thing, because I don't really want to, because the players have been looking pretty sluggish this last few while. So, first things first, but Darmian at left back, George Tanner can come in at right back, right, don't want to risk Pogba. I'll give Daniel De Rossi his debut. That's what I'll do in there, so he can take up the sort of Pogba role. That's good. Looking at who else needs a rest, no one else really on that, but I'll put Angel Gomez in for Mata and Rashawn Williams instead of Smalling. Do I want to risk Ibra? No, I'll play Martial and Rashford up top. So that's the way we're going with it. But if we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. It's really just a case of let's see what we can do with this team. I'll put on the bench, I'll actually put Adelise, just to sort of give him a possible debut as well. I'll put Tati Chong as well on the bench. I think, yeah, put him on for Drogba, because he's played a few games already. So, yep, I'm quite happy with that. A few players looking superb morale. A few players looking sort of very good. So, we'll see what comes of this. So, submit the team. Yes. Squad numbers, auto number. Not a big fan of all these numbers and squad numbers in general, really. It's a pain in the arse. But anyway, into the FA Cup. So, not the best weather. Oh, come on, who cares about the bloody weather? Just get on with the game. Right, so we've gone with, as you saw there, Rajkovic in nets, back four, Darmian, Twinzabe, Williams and Tanner. Midfield quartet of Fosu-Mensah, De Rossi, Gribben and Gomez, and up front Martial and Rashford. Villa line up with Bunning goals, back three of Richards, Versimo and Chester, Amave, Jedinak and Delate, Hourihane, Bjarnason with Grealish behind Hogan. So I don't think there's that much to worry about there, although I'm going to be proved wrong, I'm sure, fairly shortly. Michael Richards, we're going to hard tackle him because he used to play for Man City. I think it's just the law that you do that. Apart from that, quite happy with everything else. Let's just get into our team talk. Get everyone motivated. Try and get Angel Gomez motivated. No, obviously not. Rashawn Williams, obviously not. Okay, let's get into the game. So we're playing in white, and hopefully we'll be able to progress through to the next round, because it's another game for the kids to play in, which is the main point of this series, obviously. Gribben to De Rossi to Darmian. What can you do? Ball over to Tanner. Good ball in. Oh, it's a terrible ball in actually, but hey. Gomez. Back to De Rossi to Gribben. Good save, Bun. Bun comes to collect the corner. So 15 minutes gone and nothing really much is happening. No real highlights of note other than that one shot that we had, which was straight at Bun. Mikey Richards picking up a booking, always nice to see. Gripping with the corner. Head up Williams. De Rossi, and that's what I was trying to say in the Southampton game. That's the type of goals that we were scoring against Southampton. With the corner kick from Gribbin, he's a brilliant set piece taker. That's what I've realised in this game. And what he's been doing is he's been putting the ball in there. There's been a knockdown by someone big, like Rashawn Williams there, and then someone just comes in from the edge of the area, like De Rossi did there, to knock it in. A goal on his debut. You can't ask for much more than that. A lot of people would have been, when I showed the caption there of him having signed, they'd be like, oh my goodness me. But well, it might only be against Aston Villa, but if he can add a few goals, then I'm quite happy with that. And if he adds goals to this team, then I'm very happy. So guard against complacency. Yeah, everyone's conditions not that great, but we'll leave it for just now, and we'll see what we can do in the second half. Maybe 10 minutes in the second half, I'll take another look at it and see if there's any noticeable change. Yeah, no one's really. There's a few down at the late 60s now, so right, it's time for a change. Nothing's happening. We're not doing anything really at all. So looking at it, we've got Timothy Fosu-Mensah, who's struggling badly. So what I'm thinking is, what I'll do is I'll take off. Yeah, I'm going to change this up a bit actually. I'm going to bring on Tati Chong. I'm going to play him up front. We're going to play a front three. Are we? Are we going to play a front three, or are we going to play 2 behind 2? Where's his best position? Is it out wide? Yeah, it's out wide. Okay, so we'll play him there. And, because everyone thinks that formations should be symmetrical. They don't need to be symmetrical. But we'll pull Martial back to left wing. Play him as an inside forward. So, with Gomez there to run into that kind of space. Okay. And we'll say, I'll take off Marcus Rashford, bring on Adderese for his debut, and also bring on Leo Connor for Tanner. Just to give game time to a few more people. Quite happy with that. It's a different style of formation. But overall, fairly content with us going with that. I just thought Fosu-Mensah's really struggling, so's Tanner for fitness. So's Callum Gribbin, to be fair, but we can always fudge that in the next game, because he doesn't need to play the next game. It's been good for him though to get some experience at this level. I think that Callum Gribbin's been playing a lot of games recently, so Twinzabe, good ball to Chong, who's going to try one and straight at Bun though. But it's good to see the young man having a shot. He's no frightened to take a shot. They've got the ball a few minutes left before full time. It's Hogan, Gribbin, Adderese, into De Rossi, towards Gribbin, but picked up Twinzabe, Martial to Darmian. Shocking ball in. Bun will pick that up, no problem. They come forward. Hogan to Jedinak. Oh, and we are lucky there that Kodja missed that one. That'll do though, I think. Pretty much. That us finished, is it? Gribbin booked, and that's it. 1-0. not spectacular, but quite often than not, we do these things. We just do it, not very special, but we do well, well enough. So we got through. That was the main objective of the game. Didn't matter. We got guys game time. We saw a goal on his debut from Daniele De Rossi. Very happy with that, and all is good. So anyway, next up, what we're going to do is I think we're going to come back for the Tottenham game. So I'll play the Watford game offline and come back for the Tottenham game, and yeah, I'll just play that as a single game. I'll probably play that on extended highlights unless there's a whole load of transfers that go through, but in that time I don't think so, so I'll probably play that on extended highlights, give you guys more of a chance to see the team, etc, etc. So if you've enjoyed this episode, it's had a bit of transfers in it. A like for Daniele De Rossi's goal is the minimum, I think, to be honest. Smash that like button for Daniele De Rossi, he deserves it. Goal on his debut, delighted with that. Subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you guys in the next video.